Only on Fox tonight, a man opens up in court about why he killed the woman he believes was carrying his unborn child along with her boyfriend. 25-year-old Brandon Cullins pled guilty to manslaughter in a double killing in 2019. This is 18-year-old Margaret Danielle Blanding. She's known as Danielle by those closest to her, and her 23-year-old boyfriend Ezekiel Estridge. The two were shot to death inside an apartment on Williamston Road in Anderson County. It's a story you'll see only on Fox tonight.
We're the only station inside the courtroom on this emotional day, and Arender has more.
It was an emotional day for the victims' families as they heard for the first time from Brandon Cullins admitting to shooting to death both Danielle Blanding and Ezekiel Estridge.
The reason I shot is because I felt like he had a weapon on him, and I'm in his house, and I felt like he could take my life. Make me justified. I shot him so many times because I had a small caliber gun, and every time I shot him, he kept on coming at me. When I seen Danielle fall, that's when everything changed.
More than 3 years after a woman, her unborn child, and boyfriend were shot to death, their killer, 25-year-old Brandon Cullins, opens up to their families about what happened on May 3rd, 2019.
Every day I lay in my bed at night, I think about my actions.
Cullins pleading guilty to 2 manslaughter charges and the death of a child in utero for the deaths of Danielle Blanding and Ezekiel Estridge. Cullins says moments before going to Estridge's apartment, he found out Blanding was pregnant. Explaining in court, he suspected it was his. He got a gun from his cousin, drove to the apartment, and shot Estridge multiple times. Before the judge brought his sentence, the victims' families gave emotional testimonies.
He had a choice. The night he went to my son's apartment, he had a choice. He knew exactly what he was going there to do. Because if he hadn't, my son would still be here. My son would not be buried. I have to go to the cemetery to see my son.
Danielle was more than just my little cousin. She was my best friend and sister. She was the baby of our family, and losing her really broke us. I wouldn't wish this type of pain on my worst enemy.
Cullins was sentenced to 40 years in prison. I asked the families if they were satisfied with that, but they said no, they wish he had been given life. In the studio in Arender, Fox Carolina News.